Morning all, and welcome back to Manda's Ramblings. Well, all of Manda's Ramblings. This morning I thought I'd take you on a walk with me and Poppy. So I'll do a bit of me recording and then I'll turn it round so you can see Poppy. Those of you who don't know, Poppy's my 5-year-old Springer Spaniel. She's one of two. We have a 13-year-old Sprocker called Velcro who's also really, bouncy but getting old. Bless her. So I'll let you see Poppy. Hold on, bear with me. So this is Poppy, and as you can see she's already black. We've been out, 10 minutes at most, and she must have found every muddy puddle that there is. So let's go back to Manda's Ramblings. What can I ramble about today? Quite a lot actually, I'm quite good at rambling. This morning I managed to finish Twisted Perspective. That's the yarn by Twinkly Knits and the yarn by Rosie's Moment she ended up going with. There you go, see? There's a difference. And I managed to finish that this morning and sew in all the ends and get all of the bits put together. There's Poppy coming back. She doesn't go very far. So I managed to do all of that and get it all done. The neckline's done, yeah, and I sewed in the ends. I know, it's shocking. Not just for me, because I know I'm not the only one that hates the dreaded ends. But it is one of those things that needs to be done. So that's done, and I shall start writing up the pattern. Typing up the pattern, should I say, because I write it as I go. I have all these ideas of how I'm going to do my patterns. And with this one, it was Dave and Jessie's idea that they wanted a tunic for the summer, which she could throw over what she was wearing whilst we were out and about, either dog walking or whatever we happened to be doing at the time. Go on, Poppy, turn around. Here you go. So that's what we did. We went for a tunic style top, and she wanted patterning, so we chose a braid, which is like the plait that she wears all the time down the back of her head. Jessie's hair, as I'm sure you'll see if you haven't already from my page, her hair is down to her bum and is always worn in a plait, be it fish braid, French plait, or just a straightforward English plait. And it is mega blonde. Anyway, so we decided that the braid would go down the middle to define her and her braid, and then the outside would be all the extras. So, sorry, I have to whistle her back when she gets a bit far. Just like to make sure she's not chasing squirrels. So like I was saying, the other bits that are the lace work, the open work, which is nice, and it's got a simple cable in there as well. It's what she wanted. The lace work we've used before, it's on her socks. If you haven't found them yet, they're called Jessie's socks, and they are, no, you won't have found them yet. Pattern's only just out for testing, my mistake. Yeah, so Jessie's socks, they're specially for her. The pattern was coming soon. I've just got one more tester to come back to me on those. So I used that patterning, the lace work from that, because she liked it. Now she's also got a jumper that I made in Wizard Yarn. Well, yarn by the Wizard Yarn. And it is called, I'm trying to think what you'd actually call it. It's called Thermal Imaging, and it's a purple with a rainbow through it, and it is stunning. It's a bit psychedelic, and when it works up in the different pooling, come on, stop eating grass, it's really quite nice. Anyway, she loves it, and I made it for her, and she's asked me if I won't print the pattern, because she wanted something that nobody else would have, something just for her. So that's what I've done. I planned to write it up, but she asked me not to, so I won't. What else have I done? So yes, that's where the pattern comes from for that particular make. So I draw out the picture of what I want it to look like, and I write down the different patterns that I'd like to do. I then work out the maths of each pattern and try and work out how many pattern repeats I can get in to make it look right. Now, I have made this pattern so that it'll go up to a size 72. And yeah, I mean the actual stretch is huge, so it would actually fit bigger than that, but I'd say 72. Obviously that means changing it up. So what I've changed is the braiding down the back. I've kept Jessie's the same as all the rest of them along the sides, but the braids down the back have got many. So that's what we've decided to do, is add many braids down the middle. So I'm going to knit that up as a blanket so that I can see that the pattern works. And probably release that as a baby blanket for those of you that don't want a tunic. Maybe that's an option. So that's what's going on the needles today. Yeah, this way, puppy. You can see she's just squirrel hunting. I don't know if you can see that. What else have I done? Not a lot really. I made some witches' hats, which I don't know if any of you know about Wado. Wado was a guiding centre. They're trying to sell them off, and people are trying to keep them as outward bound centres for children. And there's a trust called Wado Hall Trust, and they've started what they call Witches of Wado, and the ladies are slowly creating different ways of making money to save Wado Hall. And so that's what I've been doing. I made a witch, one for my mum, who paid the adoption fee to the Witches of Wado, but wanted a witch I'd made. My mum never asked me for anything, so I was more than happy to make her something. And then the other one I made and sent to them for them to adopt out, which is what they did. And yeah, it was adopted by one of the actual people at Wado Hall, or one of the Witches of Wado. So I was over the moon. And then they're asking now for little witches' hats that they can turn into key rings. Well, I choose one charity a year that I give to. In previous years it's been the Marie Care, and I've given to that. This year it's a bit of the Witches of Wado, I think. Some years it's easy to decide. She's poo picking. She keeps finding duck poo and rabbit poo and, yeah, dirty dogs. They like these things. But yeah, so that's what I'm doing. I'm working a few bits and giving them to charity. Previous years, like I say, done the Marie Care, and I've done, what else have I done? I've done a few others as well, and I can't think what they are. So yeah, I wasn't really going down this road today, but like I said, Manda's ramblings. So what else have I done? Not a lot. That's it, I think. I have started to plan out different ones. This is not particularly long chatter. I am going to get out my tools, I think, and show you what tools I use, as opposed to what tools I used to use when I started knitting and things like that. And maybe tell you a bit about why I started knitting and how it's progressed to where I am now, designing different bits in both knit and crochet. And yeah, just basically my journey. If anybody wants to listen to me ramble on about that, that would be really great. But if not, that's fine, I understand. Right, I'm going to go now because I'm getting a bit close to the road and I don't like her off when I'm this close to the road. And it's really hard to video when I'm doing that. Plus there's people starting to come out and about now. Although it is past 9 o'clock, it is a Saturday morning. So, right, I'll end by showing you, I don't know if you can see that, here. There are some crocuses on the bank there. See if it'll zoom it in. There you go. I'm going to finish on a bit of spring.